represent your club or just a player that you really like over at Club Vector. The link can be found down below. We also take requests for new names and shirts. My Twitter can be found down below. And if you'd rather get your coins direct rather than roll the dice with FIFA points, head to u7buy.com and at checkout use the code TVM for a discount. The link can be found down below. What is going on, guys? Saving here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Human Son under the microscope today. I'm very lucky to be able to play on different accounts, and this is, well, rather was first owner. It's been sold since because yes, it was tradable. Headliner, of course, so yeah, he does go up in terms of rating, but hey, when you need the coins, you need the coins, right? Matches is Player of the Month, 89 rated. There are some differences between the two cards. We have one extra pace, one extra dribbling, one extra shooting and defending with 2 heading, but one less passing and one less physical across the board. The physical is negligible because the stamina is already 90, so... well, 91 it was on the Player of the Month, so the fact that it's now down to 90 makes absolutely no difference whatsoever, and we can make up for the shortfall in passing with a chem style. You can't do it the other way around and make up for the shortfall in pace, shooting and dribbling with a chem style for the Player of the Month, because there isn't a chem style that hits all 3. Is there? Does Engine do all 3 of those? No, because it doesn't do the shooting, it does the passing instead. So, you know, you do get a little bit more at the headliner. Of course, like I said, it is dynamic. 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. For my preference anyway. It's a shame it's not the other way around, but the 5-star weak foot definitely invaluable. High work rates is nice. We've got 89 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, 91 positioning, which is pretty damn good, with some good finishing. I mean, this guy it's going to depend where you want to play him. A lot of people will want to play him as a left wing, fine. Some people will bring him into the cam spot, other people will play him as a striker. He is one of those players that is so versatile, you can quite literally play him across anywhere along the front 4. Doesn't really make a blind bit of difference where you play him. I suppose you're going to get more out of him in certain areas. So if you are a wing kind of player, you're playing a 4-2-3-1, for example. I know some people play 4-4-2, but we'll come on to that in a second. If you play 4-2-3-1, use him as a left wing, he might not get involved as much as if you were to play him as a cam or indeed a striker. I know personally, I tend to use the wingers as, not a last resort, but I'll mix it up and I'll go to them sometimes. But most of my goals come from my striker and my cam in a 4-2-3-1. When playing a 4-4-2, left and right mid don't really get involved that much. I don't really feel like they score that many goals. It comes down to the second CM and mainly, of course, the 2 strikers. So it really does depend on where you want to play him as to whether you're going to get the most out of him. If you've tried him, say you packed him and you've got him in a player pick. Say you're one of the lucky ones, you've got him in a player pick, can't sell him. You've got him and you've used him once or twice. You're not a massive fan. You're thinking, you know what? He's not as good as people say he is, and I can understand why people would say that, because maybe you're playing him in an incorrect position. Maybe you're playing him in a position that doesn't suit the way that you actually play the game. Because when I use the 87 Human Son, which is the base card, of course, even though I can understand why people like it, and I can understand why it's a good card, and I was bringing him on as a super sub, but now and again he would do some nice things for me and score some nice goals. I worked out that when I brought him on in a certain position, I was bringing him on as a left wing or as a right wing in a 4-2-3-1 to replace one of the current players that I had there when they were sort of down on their stamina. He'd come on and he wouldn't really do an awful lot. And I kept thinking to myself, why am I bringing him on? He never does anything. Once, I remember bringing him on as a cam because my cam was out of stamina, and the player that I normally bring on as a cam I'd already brought on as a left wing. Anyway, cut a long story short, he performed really well at cam and got a couple of assists. Then I brought him on at striker one game, and hey, guess what? Scored a hat-trick. So it really does depend where you play him. You are going to get more out of him in certain positions than you are in others. Let's talk about the card itself. He isn't the most mobile of players, which is a little bit frustrating more than anything else, because in real life, you know, watching him play, he's very quick. Very, very quick. And he's not as rigid as he feels in game in real life. Now, I'm not saying he's like super rigid in game. You can get, you know, a little bit of mobility in there, and you can boost that with a chem style as well. But if you were to use him without a chem style, 89 acceleration, it's very good, but it's not your 90 plus. 81 balance and then 89 agility, not the 90 pluses. And of course, because he's 6 foot as well, if he was 5'8" and he had 95 agility, 90 balance, and 90 plus acceleration, he's going to feel very, very agile, even if you gave him 88 acceleration, 88 sprint speed, but you gave him 99 agility or 95 agility and made him 5'8", he would feel quicker and he'd feel a lot more mobile than Heung-min Son does. And the reason for that is because of the height and the fact that the agility and the balance are lower, and the acceleration actually is lower than 90 as well. Not to say that in a straight line he can't beat people, because if you use that bridge animation, my days, you can cause some damage. This guy is relentless. Running in a straight line, play the ball into him, he'll run on the end of it. You can use the actual bridge, which is a double tap of R1 or RB, or you can hold RB and LB, or R1 and L1, and then push forward with the analog stick, and that, in my opinion, is the better way to do like the bridge type animation. He will power past everyone. He doesn't have the great strength at 66, unfortunately, but he does have the pace, and he does have that ball control and dribbling ability to be able to just knock it past them, zip in and behind, and gets his body in between the defender and the ball, and all of a sudden, you're in on goal. And with that 89 finishing, if you've given him a chem style to boost it up a little bit more, you are going to score goals. You can lay it off. You can do skill moves. You can do whatever you want. The guy is unreal in front of goal. Big fan of his finishing ability. He does, of course, have the finesse shot trait. So if you do decide to wrap it around the goalkeeper, you're going to be able to do that with some degree of consistency. Very Iron Robben-esque in his consistency. I wouldn't say it looks like Iron Robben when he's taking a finesse shot, but you can definitely rely on it, because in real life, of course, he does score a lot of those type of goals where he just sort of knocks it into the far corner around the keeper, and it does look good in game. And you can do it because he has that finesse shot. The composure is very nice at 91. I mean, like I said, it depends where you want to play him. If you want to give him a finisher, I wouldn't be against it, giving him 99 agility. Not that it helps like a tremendous amount, but it does make him feel a little bit more agile. You'll boost the shot power and the finishing both up to 99 with 96 positioning as well. That would be my suggestion if, and only if, you want to use him as a striker. If you want to use him as a cam, I'd look closer to the Deadeye, because again, you improve that finishing. The positioning goes up to 99 this time. The shot power is up to 99. Long shots to 98, so you can hit them from distance with that finesse shot trait as well. But also, you get 99 short passing, 96 vision. The Deadeye is a very, very good chem style to use for Heung-min Son, depending on where you want to play him. You can even give him the Deadeye and move him to striker, and I still feel like you get a lot out of him. I think if you play a 4-4-2, give him a Deadeye, put him as a striker. If you play 4-2-3-1, you play him as a striker, give him a finisher. Does that make sense? In terms of playing him on the wing, in my personal opinion, it's a bit of a waste for this kind of player, because there are players out there who can do it better. However, if you do decide to do that, an engine isn't a terrible chem style. You'll knock off a little bit here or there. You give him a little bit more pace, boost that balance up, give him a little bit more agility, refine the dribbling, and just tune that passing. But of course, give him a big boost in crossing up to 94 with an engine. So different chem styles for different positions, but one hell of a versatile player. Is he worth $1 million coins though? I mean, more than that. 1.1, 1.2. It's a lot of money to spend, isn't it? How many special cards realistically can he get before Team of the Season comes out? 2 maybe? I don't know. Would you pay 1.2 million coins for a 91 rated Heung-min Son? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. If he does end up getting a Team of the Season, which looks quite likely, by the way, how much is he going to cost? Did he get a Team of the Season last year? Because if he did, I feel like his price was like 700k or something. I want to have a little look here to see if he did get a Team of the Season last year. I mean, if you go and have a look on the market right now, he's 400k. This time last year, 400k. Well, not this time last year, but you know what I mean? Like when the game was, in July then, for example, it was under $1 million coins, but then it sort of settled around the 400k mark. I'm just not convinced, that this card is really worth the money that is being asked of it. But that's just my opinion. If you have enjoyed this play review, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.